Welcome to aminacademy.com. In astronomy, let us discuss about orbits in the solar system. By end of this video, we can understand how to compare the orbital characteristics of the planets in the solar system and compare the orbital characteristics of asteroids and comets in the solar system. By recalling that the path of an object under a influence of gravity through the space is called its orbit. Whether that the object is maybe a spacecraft, planet, star, or a galaxy. An orbit, once determined, allows the future positions of the objects to be calculated. 2 points in any orbit in our solar system have been given special names. The place where the planet is closest to the sun, that is, and moves the fastest, is called the perihelion of its orbit. And the plane where it is farthest away and moves the most slowly is the aphelion. For the moon or a satellite orbiting Earth, the corresponding terms are perigee and apogee. Now, we'll discuss further. All the planets, asteroids, meteoroids, and comets in the solar system orbit the sun. This is called heliocentric orbit. Almost all these bodies also travel in the same orbital planes. A thin disk surrounds the sun and extending to the edge of the solar system. The orbital plane usually prevents planets or other celestial bodies from bumping in each other. Some comets orbits outside the orbital plane, perpendicular or at an angle to the rest of the solar system. This is our solar system. 2 points in any orbit in our solar system have been given special names. The place where the planet is closest to the sun and moves the fastest is called perihelion of its orbit, and the place where it is farthest away and moves the most slowly is called aphelion. All the planets have orbits of rather low eccentricity. The most eccentric orbit is that of Mercury, about 0.1. The rest have eccentricities smaller than 0.1. It is fortunate that among the rest, Mars has an eccentricity greater than that of any of the other planets. Orbits of asteroids and comets. In addition to the 8 planets, there are many smaller objects in the solar system. Some of these are moons, that is natural satellite of our Earth, that orbit all the planets except Mercury and Venus. In addition, there are 2 classes of smaller objects in heliocentric orbits, asteroids and comets. Both asteroids and comets are believed to be small chunks of material left over from the formation of process of the solar system. In general, asteroids have orbits with smaller semi-major axes than do comets. The majority of them lies between 2.2 and 3.3 AU, astronomical unit, in the region known as the asteroid belt. Here, this figure shows solar orbit system. We have seen orbits of typical comets and asteroids compared with those of the planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. These are some orbital plans of planets and some other asteroids. These are some planets and as well as its semi-major axis and period of rotation in terms of years, and eccentricity is given in table. Comets generally have orbits of longer size and greater eccentricity than those of the asteroids. Typically, the eccentricity of their orbits is 0.8 or higher. According to the Kepler's second law, therefore, they spend most of their time far from the Sun, moving very slowly. As they approach perihelion, the comets speed up and whip through the inner parts of their orbits more rapidly. Now, we'll check some important points in the solar system. Aphelion. The point in the orbit where the planet and other orbit object is farthest from the Sun. It's called aphelion. Apogee. The point in its orbit where an Earth satellite is farthest from the Earth. Farthest from the Earth is apogee. And asteroid belts. The region of the solar system between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter in which most asteroids are located, the main belt where the orbits are generally the most stable. Perigee, the point in its orbit where an Earth satellite is closest to the Earth, that is called perigee, closest to the Earth is perigee. Perihelion, the point in its orbit where a planet or other orbits object is nearest to the Sun. Satellite, an object that revolves around the planet is called satellite. It may be natural or artificial. So far we discussed about important points about orbits and orbits of the planets and other important points we discussed. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.